you doing? I've already asked
been
that,
better.
and you said not great, so...
Yeah, I've been better. As
Go on
things
then,
currently
mate.
stand, I am banned from the block.
Huh?
Banned from the block. Who made that call?
Dean.
Dean has no
Dean
position
doesn't
to
even
make
have a
that call.
chain.
Yeah, so
Uh,
Dean has no position to make that call.
SK spoke to me afterwards and said for the time being, just avoid it until he gets to speak to Batar. But I'll try TLDR it, but give as much detail as I can.
All right.
So apparently, 2 days ago, Dean proposed to Nunu, in which she turned down.
Right. Okay.
Yesterday, so the boys were all setting up a plan for the vault. So me and Nunu were helping set up the plan, but we weren't going to be on the vault itself. SK got sliced up by one of the planes they were going to use, so me and Nunu brought him to the hospital. In the hospital, Nunu had a sidebar with SK and told him about the proposal. SK then called Dean to laugh about it, and in the process told me about it. And Dean sounded very angry on the radio to Nunu, demanding her ping and her location. To which I told,
for telling people that he proposed. Okay.
Yep.
So why
he was like growling on the radio at her, right? So I told her, don't send your fucking ping, because I don't know if you know, but 4 days ago, Dean overheard Vince saying that me and Nunu had been flirting all day in the car, and in turn kidnapped Nunu, handcuffed her, and brought her to the ocean and threatened to ocean dump her.
Who did that? Dean, sorry.
Dean done that.
Dean threatened to ocean dump Nunu.
He had her at the ocean, and he was on the phone to SK, and he was trying to get me to admit to shit that hadn't happened. And it seemed like if I said the wrong thing, she was fucked, is what it seemed like. Luckily, SK diffused the situation, and she didn't get ocean dumped. So after that, him growling at her over the radio, I was obviously not going to just let her
When he
meet
says
up with him.
growling, does he mean like being
No,
angry?
you two are like close, right?
We're close friends, yeah. We're close friends. Now, I will preface it and say nothing has happened between me and Nunu, right? I'll openly say we flirted.
You've had spicy conversations, and you know, I've heard about
but
them.
Nothing has happened, right?
Okay,
Nothing.
Okay.
We haven't even held fucking hands. I'm not even kidding. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking nothing, right?
Okay, can I just ask this? Just while it's history, it won't leave the circle. Do you want something to happen? Because I think that's important.
Now, no. I'm gonna be honest.
But
no.
prior,
I wouldn't have been against exploring it.
Okay, that's
okay.
fine. Like
so
I said, I won't leave the circle.
now,
I think that's important, though.
I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Okay, so in the end, when he was asking for the location, me and Nunu were kind of like arguing about it because I was telling her not to do it. She wanted to do it, and then SK said on the radio, "Hang on, Steve and Nunu are arguing," and Dean was like, "Wait, what? Why are they arguing?" So then Dean wanted to speak to me. And he called SK.
This yesterday, was it?
This was yesterday.
Sorry.
He called SK and he said, according to SK, that he was going to waterboard me. Okay? So he was pissed. You know me. I'm not a pushover, right?
No, you bite back if if someone no, that's fine.
So everyone was ringing me, telling me, just let it happen. Just let it happen. And I'm saying, why the fuck would I let him waterboard me?
Sorry. Who was ringing you to tell you to let it happen?
James was the main person telling me to let it happen.
What?
Yeah.
Why would James ring you and tell you to let it happen?
So, anyway, Dean pings me. I pull up on my own, and everyone was there pretty much. Nunu, Vince, SK, Matt, James, Shanks, and Dean, obviously. I pull up. He tries to figure out why we were arguing, blah blah blah. I told him straight. I said I was arguing because I didn't want her to pull up to your location because of the previous run-in you had with her by the ocean, and I couldn't be sure he wasn't going to hurt her. Okay. So he didn't seem happy that I hinted that he would hurt her, even though actions speak louder than words. But anyway, and then he told me his demand was I never speak to Nunu again. To which I responded, what makes you have the authority to decide who she can and cannot speak to? And then he pulled a gun. So I pulled the gun back.
Right. Yep.
And then both of us got tackled.
When this happened, who was there? Sorry.
Matt, SK, Dean, Shanks, James, Vince.
Shit, so there's quite a lot of people there. All right.
There was a lot of people there. Okay, but here's my issue the whole time, right? The only thing I heard from people was, "Let it happen." Never once did someone say, "We won't let it happen." It was just let it happen, Steve. Just let it happen.
Okay.
Which I'm not going to let him fucking waterboard me because there's no guarantee I make it fucking out of that ocean. Fuck that. There might have been 5 or 6 Mandem there, but I'll take my fucking chances because either way, I get gunned down, I'm going in the ocean. I try and fucking survive it. Maybe I can live.
Just give me 1 second, Steve. Sorry. Yo, Tommy, what's up, mate? I'm having a conversation with someone, mate. Are you okay? Why? What's wrong? With Moses, yeah. Oh, exactly. That's why you're not here, mate. Have fun. I'll see you soon. I'll tell you after. I'm sorry. Love you. Okay. So, So the whole just let it happen bit. I don't get that, but I feel like it's unfair of me to make an assessment now. I need to speak to James or whoever else to see, because it could be a case of like, I know it sounds bad because I've just had an argument with someone over I mean, it's not the same, but it's somewhat similar, where it's like, hey, let it happen, and then they don't actually do it, kind of an empty threat type thing. I don't know. I mean, in order for me to give a, I guess I'm just a bit confused how James would do that, but that's okay. All right, so what happened after that then, mate?
So I pulled a gun as soon as he pulled a gun. I didn't aim it. I didn't do anything. I just pulled it, and I said, "Are we really pulling guns?" And then both of us got tackled, and SK and Shank stood between us, and SK said, "We're not pulling guns." So I put my gun away.
Okay, so maybe they just to sort of like maybe soften the blow a little bit. If they did kind of mediate that and stand in the way, maybe they wouldn't have allowed it to happen. You know, the whole waterboarding thing, maybe it was more of a like a, hey, let it happen so we can meet up. Because I'm guessing you were not willing to go to where they were, right?
Oh, no, I went.
Oh, okay. So wait, so they were telling you what, to your face to let it happen?
No, this was over the phone when Dean was like missing and apparently pissed off.
Oh, okay.
And then Dean rang me and asked for my ping. So I gave him my ping and I pulled up.
Okay.
Now, the other option was I ignored him and avoided the whole thing, but that's not what I'm about.
Oh, no. I mean, listen, I've just had a whole rant about if you threaten myself or my family, or at least partially or lightheartedly, it doesn't matter. Like, I ain't going to stand for that shit. So I have to sit here and say I completely understand where you're coming from. If he's threatening you or Nunu, who you probably consider close friend, if not family, then I completely understand why you're pissed. That's fine.